This is New Ellerby Station. It was also known as Burton Constable Station to prevent confusion with other stations named Ellerby on the national network. Now, New Ellerby Station is part of the Hull to Hornsea Railway line, which we, ALW research team, are doing a series on. Paul's just found a goods platform over here, so let's go have a look.
Something else.
What else have you found?
I need your expertise on this.
Go on.
Come here. Look through that bush. There's some kind of cable tensioning.
There is a cable tensioner of some sort.
There's
So
no telegraph poles.
So it's a former telegraph pole, yeah, because there's tensioners and stuff up there. We'll go in there soon, viewers, and have a look. But let's first have a look at the North Eastern Railway style goods platform that we've just found over here. Now, this would have formed part of a potential cattle dock because there was a lot of agriculture around this area. Well, there still is, but the railway was used a lot by freight. We can see this is a cornered edge, so this is probably the edge of an old Weighbridge Office or goods office, something like that. It's just been knocked down and pushed to one side, sadly. And this is a goods platform, so we'll go up here. We're now on what looks like a cattle dock. You see that, viewers? Just on the edge of it. I'm just going to jump down. We'll get Paul to film up there. So Paul's filming on the GoPro. He's up on the cattle dock and we're down the side of it. So let's have a quick look over here. So this would have been a track bed, and then there would have been cattle ferried up there and into the cattle wagon.
And here we have the end of the cattle dock, and I believe is that an old buffer stop? That's an old buffer stop, isn't it? That's that bit, and there's the other bit, but with the wooden sleeper style buffer stop missing. Let's have a side view. And there's a side view of it.
And it looks like it was formed out of solid concrete and then these caps put on top. You can see this cap has pulled away slightly. Behind there is just solid concrete. So it was an alternative way of making a platform. Now, if we refer back to the Hull and Hornsea Railway series that was a bit older than this area, because these were only built in the 1920s by the North Eastern Railway after they adopted the Hull to Hornsea Railway. These were added afterwards. The Hull and Hornsea Railway, they were brick, and they had to put arches underneath the platform to increase the load bearing capability, because as we know, cattle are heavier than people. So the goods platforms had to be more robust. So this one is made out of solid concrete with decorative concrete caps. I'm now stood on the remains of what I believe is an old Weighbridge office or a goods office. There's all bricks and rubble underneath my feet here. So if you know what used to be here, just near the cattle dock there, of this New Ellerby Station, also known as Burton Constable Station, please leave a comment. As we can see, the old bricks all just piled up here. There's a large section there all still bonded together. That's part of the buffer stop that's fallen off, yeah? Rotted away and fallen off. What an absolutely amazing find.
Did you get a picture of that, Andy?
It's certainly what my friend Ian would call a golden gem. Let's look at the old engineering and the washer that's just been left behind. And the new growth behind it, the new life in this former railway. So this was an amazing find by Paul. We can still see the white paint that's been applied to the bolt heads as part of this buffer stop on the end of this cattle dock here at Old Ellerby.
Which the station name is?
Burton Constable for some reason, even though it's not at Burton Constable.
Yes. Or some internet sites might call it Ellerby West 2.
Really?
Or Ellerby 2.
Ellerby 2, yeah, there's New Ellerby, or...
So the actual village is New Ellerby.
Yes.
It was named Ellerby, renamed Ellerby number 2, and then renamed again as Burton Constable.
Even though Burton Constable's a few miles that way.
Yes.
Yeah, just to, you know, avoid confusion. They kept changing the names to stop confusing people, which probably led to more confusion at all. But that's the British way. Viewers at home, if you know what these are for. So it's lumps of concrete. Look, it looks old, and it's got like a galv steel post formed into it, and it's all been chopped off and dumped to one side. But interestingly, there's a
concrete base there.
and there's a British Rail marker post there amongst it, and as we've seen some more British Rail fencing there. There's a concrete post there. Could this have been a, like we see sometimes at cattle areas where there's like a metal fence, you know, to form the cattle up against, so otherwise the cattle would just go all over.
It's a bit substantial for that, isn't it?
Cattle are substantial. What does a cattle weigh? 300, 400 kilos?
Well, that's got a specific marking for something to go on.
I think these were part of a cattle pen, to pen the cattle in. But viewers at home, what do you think? That's been formed around wood.
So you might be right.
So I think that's potentially a cattle pen, because the cattle would have gone up that way towards a cattle dock to be loaded. So, what do you think, viewers? Because they look quite old to me. You know, it's not. They haven't been dumped here in recent times. They've been there a long time. So we see the edge of the old railway style fence post here with the tensionable steel wires that ran between them. Viewers, Paul's just found this in the mud, and you can see the concrete base used to have a post coming out of it, and it's just in the right place to have a, what would you call this signal, Paul?
Yeah, signal, whether it be a protecting signal or a section signal. There would have been a set of points around here to go to the cattle dock.
Yeah, the cattle dock is just over there.
Yeah, so
and then the platform is just over there for the railway station.
so
and then
yeah,
that would have been just in the right place for a protecting signal for the station, wouldn't it? And here are the platforms.
blocks again.
Yeah, and as we've seen a few times, Paul just rightly pointed out, that is another one of those behind the bramble. Concrete blocks there in the centre of the screen. That could have been a base for a trespassing sign or something. That was quite commonplace as a feature of railway stations such as this, as we can now see the platform edges of this double track line on the Hull to Hornsea Railway. Paul's just climbing up there as I show you the platform edges. That would have been on what was the track bed, that way back to Old Ellerby Station, and then Scala, and then this way that's New Ellerby town, and then that way is towards Whitedale. Right then, viewers, so we had to finish filming there, but we came back a couple of weeks later with Exploring Dave, and as you'll see, a lot of the brambles and things like that had started to grow then, because this was filmed February, March time. So, let's go! This is the platform going to Hull at New Ellerby, and we can see here where the platform itself has been maintained right up to the very end of the railway's life here. Those bricks look like they're from the 1950s, and this is where the platform slopes down, and that is the line going towards Hull. This is the line looking towards Hornsea and Whitedale. So Whitedale is that way. Dave's down here just looking at the platform edge. Check out ALW Exploring Dave on Instagram for that photo. Please just tuck. We're looking at the width of these platforms apart. So that was one platform there. And the other platform was here. There was literally only just enough room for two trains to pass each other here on this double track line. And you can see where this platform has been so tight, the actual overhang of the platform edge is only about 2 inches. Usually they're about 8 or 9 inches, aren't they? Well, coming up to on the left is the old station house. You can see the platform starting to slope off there. And the Hull platform again is sloping down. I believe the station house is up there somewhere. Bit of an unusual layout this, isn't it?
It is very unusual.
So I'm stood on the end of the platform now. The station house is up there, we saw that from the road. I'm going to go this way and just take you up there, viewers.
Good evening. Do you want me to say something?
Talk about the bridge that used to be here.
Hello, there used to be a bridge here.
We've got some steps here made out of old railway sleepers. And they've been grooved to stop them collecting water to try and reduce the slip. Because as we know, hardwood can actually be slippery when it's wet because the water sort of sits on top. So the station house is just up here. The Hornsea Rail Trail continues off down there. The station house was just up here. And then just up there we've got the Railway Inn pub. So there are still parts attaining to the railway. Just looking here, viewers, there's the old railway style picket fence over there. Can you see that in the centre of the screen? And then just here we're going to go look at an old building that's just left behind in the bushes. I believe it's through here. I'll try and pick up Paul. He's in there somewhere. He's just told me about it. Have you seen Paul?
Oh, I believe this was the original walkway to the platform.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, there could be some original footings for stairs there going down. But some old drainage pipes there. And
yep.
when you look at the footings, you can see some old railway buildings still.
Yeah, there's a lot of reclaimed bricks there.
Yeah, looks like something up behind that.
Okay, let's just go have a look at these steps. Yeah, if we make them out. Yeah, there's an old gully here. Yeah, there's loads of bricks left behind. And a brick structure there. Yeah, I think you're right, Paul.
I think this was repurposed, this building here.
Yes.
This could have been the waiting room.
It could have been, yeah. Right, so I'm just on the GoPro because I'm going to go in the brambles to go look at some cables that are in the bushes just here. As Paul's found, what is that?
Let's explain that.
That is an old tensioner of some sort. That's an old tensioner. And then there's a bit of slag there on the ground. See that, viewers? I'm just going to try and get in there and look at the old cables that are dotted about in there. So we've got a few tensioners here. So I reckon there used to be a signal gantry and these were the supports for it. So we've got this cable here. Ow. This cable here. And then there's a tensioner up there which we'll go to in a minute. And then there's this tensioner here. Can you see that, viewers? tensioner in the ground there. And then there's another tensioner up there next to a old boundary post. So I'll try and get a bit closer to that. You see that there, viewers? That old tensioner in the ground, just left behind. So we've got some steel wire and some tensioners all in a close proximity right next to an old boundary marker post there. So it was all within the boundary of the railway, and that says to me that that would have been signalling for the locomotives, because there may well have been a signal box around here that controlled all this section. Viewers, thank you so much for watching until the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and I will see you every Thursday at 4 PM UK time with another video. Bye bye for now.